Hi, this is Pastor Steve with an encouraging word. I think one of people's favorite verses in the Bible is Philippians chapter 4 and verse 13. It says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. It's a great verse. You think of it as a power verse, the exploits and deeds that persons can do because of the strength that Christ gives them. But you know, when you read it with the verses that surround it, you realize it's also talking about a different kind of strength, an inner strength. I think the strength we need and can all use in times like this. Let me read chapter 4 for you, but starting in verse 11. For I have learned to be content, whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need and know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in every and all situations. Yes, whether well fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or living in want. I can do everything through him who gives me strength. What a great verse. It's talking about a strength that God gives to be content. When the world isn't the way you want it, when your situation is not the way you'd like it, you can be content. Content is a peace word. Content is a hope word. And it's a good word for us in a coronavirus world. We can't do the things we'd like to do, can't go the places we'd like to go. How do you be content when there's so much discontentment and reasons to be discontented? Well, it's because we fight our circumstances. We really fight to be in control. And since we can't control it, since we can't do the things we want to do, be the places we want to be, see the people we want to see, then we get discontented. We get upset. We get frustrated or angry, maybe fearful and worried. But that's where God wants us to give us the strength to be content, to be at peace, that everything will be okay because we know the one who holds us and the one who holds the future. We know whose we are, and we know who we are as God's child. Contentment is such a great thing and so needed in times like this to help us keep our sanity, to help us keep our hope. I think of the words of Corrie ten Boom, who spent many years in prison, confined in the concentration camps in Germany in World War II. She and her family were arrested for housing Jews, and all but Corrie died in that prison. Corrie used to like to tell people there is no pit so deep that God is not deeper still. What a great phrase. There's nothing so bad that God is not bigger than what's so bad. That's where we find contentment, knowing that God's in control and God can do the things that need to be done for us, even what we can't do for ourselves. We can rest there. We can find grace there and peace there and hope there as well. I tell people that God's light is brighter than any darkness, that God's truth is stronger than any lies, that God's goodness can overcome any evil, that God's life is stronger than death, God's love greater than any hate, because God is God. And so as we look at the world around us, particularly look at our world, which seems so small and shrunken, so limited, we can realize that we're not alone, that God is with us. And our lives are still within his care, not beyond his reach. God's love is for us and with us. And so when we live each day, I hope we'll find that place of peace, that contentment, that God will give us strength to be content, to not fight and worry, be angry and frustrated, but find the places of grace and hope and life and love that he gives us. Moreover, when we have that strength, when we have that contentment, we can look beyond ourselves to see others, which I hope we'll continue to do. I know we need to stay sheltered. The part of not being together and being together is really helping one another. But I also know there's no limits to a phone call, to a text message, to writing a letter or sending a card, to finding ways to reach out to others because we know we're taken care of. We can help take care of them. To stay close, connected, and hopeful with God, with one another, in our community. This is a word of encouragement for you today from Pastor Steve.